Hey, what's going on, guys? 2-2 yesterday. So, hey, not too bad of a day. Definitely could have been better. But let's go over some of our picks from yesterday. So, I know we had Grayson Allen's. Oh, let me tell you. Let me tell you about this shit real quick. So, yesterday I went to the Suns game, right? I got burned so bad. So I told you to take Grayson Allen's over at 19.5 or 18. I think it was 18.5. So it had him score at 19 points. While I was at the game, going into halftime, he only took 2 shots. He made the first one. Second one was a half court, basically from the logo, buzzer beater going into halftime. So 2 shot attempts the entire first half, right? And so I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I should take the under on Allen while I'm here. I caught the underline going into the second quarter, or in the second quarter at 15.5. So I took the under at 15.5 or 16.5, one of the two. He finished with 18. Hit the game winner to hit 18. It's okay, life goes on. But anyways, 2 for 2 yesterday. Shout out to DeMar for covering the line. Trey Murphy. Let's go look at Trey Murphy real quick, actually, from yesterday. I'd be curious if it'll even let us. Where they at? The Pels. Because Trey Murphy, my land. 3 for 20. You know, after a 7 for 22 shooting night, I really genuinely thought most people bounce back. You have a bad night, you get a little bit more in rhythm the next, hopefully. But what a slow burn of a game. 4 points going into halftime. Finished with 10 points off of a 3 of 20 shooting. 1 from 11 from 3. So, rough day for Trey Murphy. Definitely hurt our bet line, no doubt. But shout out to DeMar DeRozan. Way to go, baby. Way to cover. I told you to take that under on Denny. I just had a feeling. Low back injury. He actually played his minutes too, which was quite interesting. But kind of went quiet in that second half of the game. Started off hot. I think he had 10 points in the first quarter. So started off hot and then obviously fizzled out. But let's get into our picks for today. So I got 4 picks for today, and then we'll kind of go through just some extra things I'm thinking about a little bit. All right, so actually we're going to kick it off. Atlanta-Boston game. So, Jaylen Brown had a quiet game last game 2 days ago. 8 for 17, still shot good from the floor, 20 points. I absolutely have a feeling Jaylen Brown's going to ball out tonight. 1, the Hawks allow paint points, Jesus. They allow a ton of points in the paint, my goodness. Jaylen Brown, great in transition, great rim attacker, loves getting to the paint. I think he's genuinely going to score pretty dang well here. So I'm absolutely taking that over on Jaylen Brown. Plus, if we kind of look around, it's been an interesting year for the Celtics. Derek White, my goodness. Let's take his minutes off here. But what has happened? 7 for 21, 1 for 7, 1 for 11. Like, it is just a 4 for 10, 5 for 18, 7 for 14. It has just been abysmal. Shout out to Peyton Pritchard, though, for balling the other day. But if you want my honest opinion, I'm not taking this bet. Just something I've been thinking about. Trade rumors right now, the Celtics want to get rid of or potentially move on from Anthony Simons. They need a big, so they've been leveraging him or looking to leverage him in trade minutes. If you look, his minutes are up 2 currently. Usage is up a little bit. Field goal attempts are up a little bit. Pretty much everything is up. And I think it's because they're playing him a little extra to try and get some trade value. So if you wanted to take that over at 15, I wouldn't even be mad at that. Good shooter, great scorer. Same type of deal against the Hawks. Hard part with the Hawks is ever since that Trae Young trade, what's their identity? With CJ getting inserted into the lineup, it just kind of changed things. Jalen Johnson hasn't been as aggressive, I guess is the word. Aggressive, genuinely. But let's see. So if you were to take some money on that Anthony Simons, I would not fault you there. And then Jalen Johnson. So here. So number 1 pick, we're taking Jaylen Brown's over. I'm also actually going to take Nickeil Alexander-Walker's under. I know, a little risky on this one. But my man's kind of trendy. Typically has a game where he'll go 2 for 6, 3 for 11, 4 for 12, kind of shoot under that 40-45% range right there. And then I'll have a couple bounce backs. But even on some of his bounce back games where he hits that line, 9 for 21, 10 for 19, 4 for 12, 24, 18. So, like, he gets shots up. But ever since that CJ trade, trying to find that role has been interesting, and he kind of seems to cluster right now 11 to 13. 11 to 13. I just have a feeling Jalen Johnson's going to take over this game a little bit more. I think even though his usage is up, I think he's going to have the ball in his hands a little bit more. I think we're going to see a much better performance out of Jalen Johnson tonight. I don't know if I would necessarily take that over at 23, 22.5, but I do like an 18-plus point, 20-plus point, absolutely, for Jalen Johnson. On top of that, his rebounds too, man. Hard part with rebounds is they're definitely predominantly effort. So it truly just depends. Is Jalen Johnson going to get in there? Is he actually going to try? Like that last game against the Pacers hurt me hard. I took the over on his rebounds, and gosh, dang it, did he kill me. But that's okay. So what are our picks so far? We got Jaylen Brown over 30. We got Nickeil Alexander-Walker under. And I believe I got that under at 17.5. So under 18 points for the game, which I think has a very high chance of happening tonight. Now let's go to the Magic game. Orlando, Miami. My next pick. Gosh, I love Norman Powell. But anyways, Bam Adebayo, actually. We're not betting on Bam. He's too hit or miss for me. Even though he is surging right here, and he's had this great surge recently. Look at that line, 20.5. I have consistently bet on Bam, and this is the type of shit that I get from him. 20, 8, 16, 14, 9, 13, 15, 12, 12, 7, 3, 6. And some horrible rebounding splits as well. I swear, every time I take his over, he goes out and just gives me 6, 4. So, for Bam today, if you were to take his over, I wouldn't be mad at you. Magic, a little slower-paced team, personally. I'd be more comfortable to take that under, just considering how many times Bam has burned me. But that's not our pick for today. We are taking Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane's over. Consistent with how many shots he takes pretty much every game. Kind of lives in that like 13 to 16 range pretty much every game. And on games where he gets to shoot the ball a little bit more, pretty much seems to cast that line. But 13 there, 15, 21. Me personally, I think the Miami Heat, being a poor three-point pull-up shooting defensive team, I think Desmond Bane's going to get a lot of opportunities. And with Paolo, it's such an interesting transition from last year to this year. I mean, if we literally just go back to last year, averaging 22.6 a game, and yes, those points are up more recently, but let's just go to last year this time. Or this is March to April. Look at this. 29 points a game, 34, 43, 24, 31, 30. Look at these shooting splits, too. 14 for 22, 16 for 32. 6 for 22. 10 for 21, 11 for 22, 9 for 17. Pretty much at 50 or above 50%. So where exactly? Obviously, that usage is down a little bit, but it's just such a crazy disparity from last year, and especially with Franz being out so consistently, you would just expect, I don't know, things to be a little different. So Banchero's an interesting player to bet on. He's kind of burned me a few times this year, but I don't know. Coming off, 4 losses in a row? Do they bounce back against the Heat? Does Banchero carry them to a win? I'm not too sure. Take that over if you wish, but I'm definitely taking Desmond Bane. So Brown for 30, Nickeil Alexander-Walker's under. We're taking Bane's over. And then our last big pick of the day, we're going to go to the Cavs game. Absolutely. Donovan Mitchell. No doubt in my mind. So we got Donovan Mitchell here. We're taking the over. My man is just balling, and he is not going to get shots up, especially with Darius Garland now and Mobley. Worst part is we have no sample size with both of them out. But the nice part is Lakers kind of let you really get whatever you want. They don't play their best defense by any means. And so I'm excited for that guard matchup in the backcourt. And I personally think Mitchell's just going to exploit them. He's going to exploit Luka's weakness. Even if they put Marcus Smart on him, I think he's just going to do what he wants, hit his threes, hit his pull-ups, get to the rim at will. And Luka, I'm not taking Luka as a pick, but I would not, because this line keeps floating up. I would maybe take Luka at like a plus 30 plus points. I do not like that 34. I think 34 is just too high. Your guy goes off for 30 points. Great game. Shoots well, scores well, but he's still 4 points away. I don't know. I think that 34 is just a little high. And Lord, If you bet on LeBron James this year, you know exactly why we're not betting on LeBron James. But we're going to take that D Mitchell over. So those are the 4 picks for today. Now, some other things that I've been kind of leaning towards. Let me see where my notes go. Oh, let's go to the Pacers game. So, someone that's done me really well recently. Why can I not see it? Idiot. There we go. Is Pascal Siakam. So, Pascal Siakam, 25 points. That line's a little high for me. I'm going to be completely honest. Oops. At 24.5, it's just a little high. I know Pascal shoots the ball a lot, like 21 shots, 20 shots, 21 shots, 21 shots, 22 shots, 23 shots. So the potential is absolutely there. The only concern is I feel like the Pacers are just too hit or miss in general. Against the Bulls, bottom of the pack defensive team. You know what? If I was going to bet on this, I'd probably take a Pascal Siakam at 20-plus points with an over on those rebounds. I think he's going to get in there. I think he's going to grab some boards today. I think he's going to actually hit the rebounds for me for once. On top of that, pretty much went through kind of all of our other picks. I already hit on the Atlanta Jalen Johnson. Feel like he might actually do really well tonight. Also, yesterday, Cade Cunningham did not get us that triple-double like I was hoping, but hey, it's okay. But let's see. Jalen Johnson. You know, and also, let's go back to the Magic game real fast. Last things, then we'll get you out of here. If we're going back to this Magic game, I know I just talked about Banchero, but my Atlanta, here we go. Rebounds. Boom. I'm absolutely today, on this one, taking that under. It's not one of our 4 picks, but I just woke up with an under of Paolo and rebounds today on my mind. Oh my goodness. I feel like who's going to get the majority of the rebounds this game? I don't know why I clicked on Anthony Black. Hopefully Wendell, but Wendell don't do enough when it comes to rebounding. But no, I just have this feeling that Paolo's going to be on the underside of the rebounds. Do what you wish with his points. Good luck to each. But yeah, no, let's go make some money today. Let's get some good picks out there. So we got Browns over, Nickeil Alexander-Walker's under for points. We got Desmond Bane's over for points, and Donovan Mitchell's over for points. Went 2-2 yesterday. See what we can do today. I think we have something solid in store, baby. But keep killing the game, everybody. Hopefully get some extra cash in your pockets tonight. And I will see you guys later.